Hello to my channel Chinese Star. Today we will bring you the following hot and exciting news.
Official announcement. Wang and Songyun officially announced their relationship. It turns out that they have been living together for so long without our knowledge. Recently, the entertainment industry has released another sweet news. Wang and Songyun officially announced their relationship. Not only did they generously admit that they were in love, but they also posted daily photos of their cohabitation for the first time, which surprised netizens. It turns out that they have been silently accompanying each other in the unknown days and have walked through many gentle times hand in hand. From the initial rumors of cooperation to the official disclosure today, this relationship is not only not superficial, but also calm and sincere. In the photos, the two cooked together, read together, and basked in the sun on the balcony together. Those seemingly ordinary moments are particularly moving because of each other's company. Songyun's smile is as bright as before, and Wang's eyes are full of pampering. The picture is warm and enviable. Netizens said, "It's so sweet." It turns out that love is really hidden in every detail. Some fans even lamented that the love of this pair is not traffic hype, but real emotions that have settled over the years. It is rare to have such a low-key and sincere love in the entertainment industry. I hope Wang and Songyun will continue to protect each other in the future and welcome a better life together. The most beautiful form of love is probably like this: you are there, I am there, and we live our lives like a poem together. It is no wonder that netizens love to eat real CPs. After all, some small details full of love are revealed by real lovers. Since Wang and Songyun collaborated on the TV series Walking to the Wind, many rarely quiet CP fans have been born, because the two of them are so sweet whether they are acting against each other in the play or interacting outside the play, and they simply write the four words fake play into real play on their faces. In the play, they are a pilot and a flight attendant fighting side by side, and their eye contact is full of trust and throbbing. Outside the play, the two are always full of tacit understanding, and their inadvertent little movements and care for each other make people wonder if they have already made fake play into real play. Since the promotion period, Wang has been very caring towards Songyun. In the interview, he frequently revealed his appreciation and doting. Songyun always smiles particularly brightly when facing Wang. Now that the relationship has been officially announced, netizens have said, "I have long seen that they are not ordinary. This couple is real, it's worth it." It turns out that what we are eating is not CP, but real love. They quietly integrated each other into life in a long-lasting way, and quietly fed us a mouthful of sugar. May this pair of going to the wind CP and reality continue to ride the wind and waves, go hand in hand, and go further and happier on the journey of love. When the script was being reviewed in the theater, the sun was shining, and the Sun father-in-law cast a dazzling light without hesitation. Songyun stood in a corner of the stage, squinting and feeling a little uncomfortable, and at this time, Wang, without waiting for the staff to remind him, consciously stood beside her and used his body as a mobile parasol. During the speech, he just swayed slightly, and the sun immediately came through the gap and shone on Songyun's face. Songyun was not polite either, and ordered him with a slyly arrogant tone, "Don't move, stand still and help me block the sun." That demeanor was so natural, as if she regarded him as her own exclusive sun shield. And Wang was really obedient and made people want to laugh and move their hearts. After being ordered, he really stood still and quietly became a wife-protecting sun visor, with a little smile and pampering in his eyes, without any impatience. This scene directly makes people dream back to the famous scene of Wu Qilan and Liu Shishi. Liu Shishi was afraid of getting tanned, so Wu Qilan willingly let her lean on his back and act as a sunshade. This is the truest appearance of love, no need for a grand declaration, a look, a move, and a tacit understanding between each other. The tacit understanding and naturalness between Wang and Songyun are exactly what makes people fall in love with them. I won't say anymore, I'm going to eat this sweetness. Also addictive is the subconscious physical contact that only occurs between young lovers. When Wang and Songyun are acting together, once they laugh, they will subconsciously get close to each other, shoulder to shoulder, with no sense of distance, as if they have long been accustomed to each other's existence. We have seen this unconscious intimacy in Luo Jin and Tang Yang before, and now it is happening again with Wang and Songyun. How can we not heat it hard? What is even more exciting is that the classic scene of Wang shading Songyun has been staged during the day. At night, Wang still stayed by Songyun's side. Seeing that the night wind was slightly cool, he moved his feet without hesitation, blocked her side, and blocked the wind for her gentlemanly. Shading once may be explained as accidental, but blocking the wind twice, that is really a bit intentional, right? What's more, when Tan Songyun was interviewed, when the reporter asked her if she would be moved by the cooperation in filming, she smiled a little shyly, but answered without hesitation, "It's possible." At that moment, it seemed that all the details were confirmed. It's not only the lines that are called love words, but every detail in life, every moment of guarding with heart, is the most touching. From sunshade to windproof, from close to care, every little action between them is like the tacit understanding and heartbeat between lovers. This relationship has made people unable to stop before it is officially announced. So, will the so-called love because of the play be KK Wang? Looking at the various performances of the two on the set, it is really not impossible. In order to cooperate with the plot, Wang Kai specially prepared a necklace for Tan Songyun, and even put it on her personally. That scene was not only so gentle that it made people's heartbeats accelerate, but the actors around them couldn't help but secretly eat candy, laughing and joking that they looked like a couple. What's more interesting is that when the main filming was over and the director shouted cut, the staff and the crowd who were watching were still unwilling to give up, and they shouted, "Kiss, kiss." The atmosphere was extremely joyful. Tan Songyun blushed instantly after hearing this, and the whole person was stunned in place, shy and cute and real. KK Wang seemed a little confused. He stood there for a second, and then turned around and looked around seriously. His expression seemed to say, "It's not written in the script to kiss, so should I kiss or not?" His doubts and her shyness made that moment sweeter than a kiss. Just like in a campus love, both people know it tacitly, but because of a shouting, they fall into a panicked little theater. Without the blessing of the script, it seems more real and moving. Maybe, in this scene, the most moving thing is not the lines, not the actions, but the carelessness in their eyes. The answer has been clearly written. I have to say, this is too good to knock. Even after leaving the theater, the two of them still did not forget to sprinkle sugar in various ways. At a certain press conference, Tan Songyun personally mixed a glass of special wine. It was originally just a simple interactive link, but unexpectedly it became a famous scene of jealousy. When the glass of Songyun special was taken away by a lucky male fan and drank it all in one gulp, everyone at the scene applauded, and the atmosphere was warm and cheerful. Tan Songyun also smiled with curved eyebrows and eyes, obviously very happy. However, in this lively atmosphere, Wang Kai instantly put away the smile on his face, stood in place with his hands behind his back, did not participate in the applause, and only maintained a shallow polite smile on his face, but his eyes were a little lonely. He even unconsciously reached out to touch his ears. The action seemed unintentional, but in fact it had exposed his heart, a little embarrassed, a little disappointed, and even a hint of jealousy. It was obviously a promotional event. Why did it seem like a public execution? The whole audience was boiling, but KK Wang had a complicated look. Even his fans couldn't help but tease, "Brother, if you don't make a move, you will really become someone other than your current boyfriend." Such Wang Kai is not a character in the play, but a manifestation of real emotions. A small action, a care, is better than 1,000 words. If he hadn't been sincere, how could he be so inexplicably jealous? Wang Kai seemed to hide all his unhappiness in those subtle actions, without saying a word, but people could see through it at a glance. He didn't applaud or join in the excitement, but just gently touched his ears and stood there, as if he was pulling himself out of the whole cheerful atmosphere, silently releasing that trace of sourness. What made people's heart beat faster was the next scene. Tan Songyun saw the fans finish drinking the wine she mixed by herself, and she actually trotted forward happily, wanting to take the cup back personally. Her actions were natural and a bit cute, but Wang Kai's reaction was particularly serious. At that moment, he seemed to be frozen, his eyes fixed on her figure. His eyes did not evade, and even had a hint of questioning and jealousy. Even the photographers present quietly moved the camera to capture this silent sure field. That glance was full of stories, not just staring at Tan Songyun, but more like staring at the moment that made her smile so brightly. It was not acting, not a script, but just the most real reaction of a man when he cares about a woman. If the previous things can be attributed to role insertion, then everyone can see Wang Kai at this moment. It is not the character's emotions, but his own emotions.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to our support channel.